Awesome.
All right. Hello. Looking good. So we have 1 more minute, so we can wait a little bit. Hello, Gaurav. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Gaurav's in the house. Welcome.
Let's see. Let's change the audio output so I can hear all of you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ninja. Hello, all of the ambassadors. Hello. I would love to say all of your names, but I just know I'm gonna completely obliterate them, so maybe I'll abstain from doing that. But okay, it is currently 7 my time. So we can get started. So you guys know how in the previous AMA we had a speaker. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been very curious and not just curious, but also wanting to know more about the staking program and what is happening when it comes to staking. So we're gonna do a bit more of a question and answers AMA today to make sure that all of you have the information that you need to feel a bit better about the staking, so that your questions are answered, and we can give you a little bit of updates as to what the team has been working in and stuff like that. So I see Tori is in the house. Hello, Tori. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Rena. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
GM,
Sounds good.
everyone.
We can hear you loud and clear, Tori. Great.
Perfect.
All right. So I think we can kick started. There will be probably more people joining as we go along in the AMA, but we are already 1 minute past. So let's get it started. Let me see. So first things first, welcome everybody. As I mentioned previously, I think today we're going to have an AMA that is a bit more geared towards answering questions. And this is because the new details for the new staking program came out, and there was a little bit of confusion, perhaps a little bit of unsettlement. So we kind of intend to address all your questions and address the staking program in this AMA. By the way, this doesn't mean that we don't intend to have more guests in our AMA. Milan and I are actually working on seeing if we can get some like pretty cool people into the AMA. So stay tuned for that. I think it would be really fun, and you guys will like it. But there's a time and a place for things, and because the community was mostly asking about getting their questions solved about staking, we thought that we would do a little bit more of a normal AMA and just answer most of your questions, guys. So let me see what we have first. Right. Oh, before we head into the questions and the answers, there are a couple of things that we have been working on, specifically Milan and I, when it comes to marketing and community. There were some questions about this, right? Questions about roles, functionality of roles, what is happening, what we're working on. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an announcement or a short summary of things that we've been working on and things that we're implementing. And first things first, we know that the community has been asking for activities, new opportunities for engagement. So of course we listen, and we have already started implementing some quizzes, implementing some activities in the local channels. You guys will be familiar with like ambassadors organizing some activities or some quizzes and things like that. So that is just a little sneak peek of what's coming. Firstly, we really want to reward the people that are continuously spreading the word about IONET, advocating for us, advocating for IONET's growth. And for that reason, we're going to be starting a little bit of a monthly quest, like a referral quest. So you will have a leaderboard, right? A monthly leaderboard, and we will show you like who's in the top 5, who's in the top 10. And then we will have some, exclusive and special reward pools or giveaways for those of you that are in the top referrers. So that's one of the things that we're launching. We really want to expand. We want to reach new people. We want to reach more people from all of our communities. So we want to reward those of you that are actively, spreading the word and sharing us with your communities. We also want to reward those that are active. We have a bunch of activities. Those of you that always come to our AMAs, I see a lot of people that I always see in the AMAs. So thank you for always being there. Thank you for always supporting. We appreciate you guys so much. And so for those of you that are really active, that are coming to the AMAs, that are participating in the activities, we have a new kind of system and we will be introducing it very, very soon. I'm working closely with the managers and the astronauts to kind of get this kick started. And so it will be based on points, right? XP points. And we will have an announcement where we will really truly explain to you in a little bit more detail how it works. But basically, you will be able to earn points when you participate in activities, when you come to the AMAs and things like that. And then, of course, we will have some giveaways, some airdrops, some rewards, some cool stuff that's going to be coming for you guys. And finally, you guys have probably heard me say the word astronaut, so we are really excited to launch our astronaut program. So please stay tuned. It's basically a chance for the most active and involved people to be empowered and really make an impact, to be able to work closely with us. So stay tuned for that. There's also a more detailed announcement coming, and there's more details about all of this that I'm saying coming soon. So as I was mentioning earlier, thank you all for always being involved. I always see Ninja here. I always say Aaron here. So thank you guys so much, and a bunch of other people that I haven't mentioned. But thank you so much, guys. Right. So without further ado, let's get a little bit into the sauce of today's AMA, which is the questions and the answers. So I think one really good thing to kind of kickstart this question and answer section is that someone was asking a little bit about the team. They were asking about the workflow, the progress. So what has the team been working on? How is the team progressing in their tasks? And I think that this is a great question for our CEO, Tori, to answer, because, we do really work behind the scenes and sometimes you guys don't really get to see what's going on. And so this is a fantastic question and a really good way for our CEO and our team to show you what we have been working on in the background, so that you have a little bit more of a gauge as to what progress is being done. So the floor is yours, Tori, whenever you want.
Thank you so much, Rena. Sort of stepping back and looking at our long-term strategy, I think, what is our goal? At a high level, we believe that decentralized compute has the potential to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And if we execute well, we believe that IronNet can capture a significant share of that value. The question is, how are we going to do that? The way we do that is we focus on the fundamentals. We build a business that can truly compete with the likes of AWS, GCP, and Azure. Now, there are a couple different ways to do this, and we're basically focusing on 5 priorities to do this. The first priority is driving aggressive revenue growth. We want to leverage our inherent competitive advantages to disrupt the competition and drive that. Second is we need to maintain an enterprise-grade platform. Third is we want to continue to deeply involve the community. I believe that you guys are extremely valuable source of competitive advantage, really, and the more we involve you, the better. Fourth, we want to continue to optimize block rewards so we can maximize value to all stakeholders. And 5, we want to continue to build a world-class team. In effect, we want to recruit the best from cloud computing, Web3, and AI to build a dream team. Now, let's dive into each of these because each of these goals has sub-goals. So, as far as driving revenue growth, we've done a pretty good job so far. We've made significant progress over the past year. We've delivered 1 million hours of compute. We have GPUs over 138 countries, and we've signed a bunch of partnerships with Leonardo, Kria, Public AI, Nessa, Flock, Ritual, Render, Filecoin, and Wandera. But we believe that this is just the beginning. For the rest of 2024, there's a couple initiatives we want to take. First, we want to expand our existing customer relationships. We've signed 56 deals to date, and many of these clients are actually they're moving beyond their initial deployments, and they're now moving to significantly increase their growth. So that's one way that we will increase GMV. Second, we want to continue to build our long-term pipeline. Right now, we're going to focus on the US, EU, and APAC. We also, in 2024, are going to start experimenting with bundling compute with storage. We obviously want to continue to increase our supply of enterprise-grade GPUs, and we're also looking into establishing channel partnerships with AI, ML, ISV, dev tooling companies like Predibase and Weights and Biases. That's in the short term. In the long term, it's just sort of continue to grow, right? Like, we're going to continue to develop new products and services. We're going to expand geographically. And I think, like, even though right now we target these machine learning startups, we see ourselves branching out into larger tech companies, enterprise AI divisions, academic and research institutions, and so on and so forth. So that is our first priority. Our second priority is to maintain an enterprise grade platform. Effectively, what we're aiming to do is we are aiming to provide the same level of service as an AWS or a GCP on top of a decentralized network. To fix this in the short term, a couple of things we're going over. We want to upgrade our proof of work system. We're going to fortify it by addressing potential attack vectors, adding VRAM checks, enhanced hardware verification, and so on and so forth. We're going to implement tiering and verification. We're going to introduce a staking and slashing program. We're going to integrate a community data release and rewards, and that's where we're going to share detailed proof of work, uptime, and hardware information with the community hourly. And community members who identify fraud or inaccuracies can be rewarded from that. And we're going to start doing third-party verifications with collaborations with institutions like Flock to help enhance verification and security. I think in the long run, we're going to continue to expand our service offerings with the introduction of support for like Kubernetes, Ludwig, Slurm, Nomad, as well as VMs. We're also going to continue to integrate other services like storage capabilities. And in the really long term, we have this really cool idea of expanding our services into like model marketplace, data marketplace, SDKs that empower users to create DApps like BC8, and basically creating a one-stop shop for AI. The third priority is deeply involving our community. We have a great community right now. Thank you all for being here. But we've listened to your feedback. We want to keep getting better. Some of the things we're doing are we're going to create a clear 3-month roadmap for you guys. We're committed to providing ample notice on changes. As you can see right now, we're going to conduct weekly AMAs with senior leadership. We're creating a formal issue tracking resolution system, and we're also initiating a community awards program. This is really all part of a long-term march to decentralization. Like, the way we see it is progressive decentralization. Over time, we're going to get more and more decentralized. We're spinning up different DAOs at the foundation, and we want to sort of move forward there. The fourth point is to optimize block rewards. This is something that we take very seriously, and first and foremost, a strong and reliable stock of GPUs is just critical to our success. So we're going to keep working in the foundation to optimize these rewards. A lot of the upgrades I talked about in the tech part are going to significantly enhance the rewards because it's going to remove some of the dilution. We're also, quite frankly, collaborating with a lot of our top advisors to innovate ways to balance supply and demand. And this may include expanding the pool available to our active contributors and other things like that. And then finally, we are introducing staking, which we're working on now. And that's going to create the opportunity for the broader community to participate in and benefit from our rewards program. Finally, and this may be the most important part, is we aim to build a world-class team. And right now, we have a team that is phenomenal, but if we want to scale and take down big cloud, we need to build a bigger team. I think the best way to do that is to actively recruit top talent from the big boys, the big cloud. Take the people at AWS, GCP, CoreWeave who find the ones who are stuck and disenchanted and are excited about building this, and basically get them over here to build our playbook. Um, that in a nutshell is what we're aiming to build. And I think the reason this is really special is it really goes down to, and I've talked about this multiple times, this idea of crossing the chasm. You know, I believe that IONET is uniquely positioned within Web3 because it combines the superior economics of a decentralized network with a truly hair on fire problem, arguably the biggest problem in the world right now, which is access to compute. And I think that once we do this, and the fact that we're like 60-70% cheaper than AWS, GCP, Azure, we should start to achieve significant market penetration and not only disrupt that market, but be really, ideally, our goal is to be one of the first crypto projects to achieve mass penetration. Now, look, this is not going to be easy. This is not going to happen overnight, but it's going to take time, sustained effort, and crisp execution. But as I said, we are in this for the long run. We're going to accomplish all these things, and over time, I truly believe that we can achieve our goal of replacing AWS as the largest cloud supplier in the world.
Sounds amazing, Tori. Thank you so much for this update. I think it's really good to sometimes kind of provide the community with a little bit of information as to what's going on behind the scenes, right? Um, and so that was really valuable, and I think a lot of people kind of understand a little bit better where IO is going, because I do remember the community mentioning that they weren't too sure about what the vision was, about the direction. So this hopefully can help you guys understand a little bit where IO is heading, what the direction is, what the vision is, and so on. So I can see
And
a
by
lot
the
of
way,
you. Oh, sorry, go for it.
sorry, Rena, we will be releasing this vision to the public very soon.
There you go. Perfect. Um, so there you go. So obviously one thing is saying it in the AMA, and then one another different thing is having it visually, right? So a visual aid is always fantastic for the community. So thanks for sharing that, Tori. Let's see. So I know that there is a lot of people in the comments right now asking about staking. Yes, don't worry. We did really, before organizing this AMA, mention that we wanted to cover staking as thoroughly as possible, because a lot of people were confused about this or had feedback, opinions about it. So because many of you have been asking about it, and you are all very adamant about minimum staking requirements, or what is necessary for staking, when is staking going to start, and so on, I think we can start with perhaps a little bit of an explanation about the system, the reasoning behind some of these decisions, how does it work, and so on. And we have our CTO here, Gaurav, which can tell us a little bit more about the reasoning behind the staking program, and is going to answer some of the questions about staking, like, for example, when is IO going to be staked, and so on. So, Gaurav, whenever you want, just if you could provide us a little bit of insight as to the reasoning behind some of the decisions, or what is going on behind the scenes, that would be fantastic.
I think I'll share the most important answer which people are looking for. So staking is starting tomorrow. So our smart contracts have been deployed, middlewares have been deployed. We're just doing some last time fine tuning. It'll be there tomorrow. We've already tested it on our controlled environment. Everything works. We'll roll it out tomorrow for the whole crowd. Okay. Apologies for the delay. We were having multiple reviews from external parties for staking. And last week, just before a day before the AMA, we've gotten some feedback for security. So we were making sure we take care of all security issues. We did. We shared it with the external party again. The review feedback came this Monday. We are all good. So we enhanced few things there, and we're all good. Let's go. see you guys in the staking page tomorrow to start the process. That's for staking, right? Regarding the reasoning, so we actually how much to stake, we looked at it from multiple angles, right? We looked at it from the angle that if somebody is a spoofer, how we can actually minimize that. So what kind of penalty should be there? We also looked at it from the angle of how much money overall in the network for everyone's benefit as a network we should stake so that it's logged in. So the whole community benefits. We looked at it from that angle also. We looked at it from the angle also of there are some other players in the market who have done something similar like node sale and others. We looked from all the angles. And then we realized that what is the optimal amount for each hardware we should stake so that the right amount of coins are like staked for overall community benefit. If somebody does something wrong and if we penalize them, then the overall network benefits. So looking from all the angles, we came up this optimal number. And looking at some of the other competitors who have done like node sales in past and stakings in past, compared to them, like I think we felt the number we have come up with is very reasonable because in staking, like it's not that you have spent the coin money and it's gone. You can always come back, unstake and take it back, right? So we decided that we should go in best of both worlds. That's why we chose staking at that time. And the numbers were derived from these three main reasons. We had multiple models in place. Some of the models were even saying like a higher number, but we internally discussed in the team and we felt that we will give a bit of leeway and we'll come up with the current numbers rather than going more aggressive. So that was the main reasons from our end.
Awesome, Gaurav. Thank you so much for your answer. I think you have answered a lot of people's questions. Many were wondering about the reasoning behind the 200 IO per GPU staking requirement and so on. And let me see. So we also have some other questions about staking, right? So you answered the most important question and the most frequently asked question, which is when staking. But also people are asking about the mechanics of staking in the sense of, okay, so staking is going to be available tomorrow, but it will be available for workers, right? What about for people that are non-workers? When can they expect to potentially be involved? And are they going to be able to stake on a specific worker, or is there going to be something like a global pool?
Yeah, I think give me a week. I'll commit the exact timeline for you for that also. It's already in the plans. We are actually working with internally in the team to break down these tasks into smaller pieces so that we are confident by when we'll be there. So give us a week. We'll come back with the timeline for you. From the staking vertical which we have in the company, which focuses on this particular stream, allowing people who like slashing and allowing people who don't have GPUs to be part of the network is the most important priorities we have for that vertical. And we're working on the plan for that. We're just planning the stories, breaking it into smaller pieces and estimating it, right? So I think by next AMA, we'll have the timelines for you by when you can expect the phase two of staking to be live.
Awesome. Amazing. And then I think the last question about staking is a little bit about how it will work. So, will it be through the website that people will be able to stake tomorrow, or is it going to be some kind of extension through a wallet, or how exactly can people, tomorrow they go and they stake their tokens? How can they do that?
Okay, fair. So I think the experience how it will work is that the block reward page you have seen, similar to that, there'll be another tab on the website, which will be known as staking. You will go there. On that page, you will connect your wallet, right? You have to come to the IO website to start the experience, but you don't give money to us. You don't do that, right? You actually come to that particular page, you connect your wallet, an extension will take you to the smart contract. On that particular smart contract page, you can actually start staking your coin. So the only place you interact with us on the IO website is just connect to the wallet. And from the extension, which we will show you, once you connect the wallet, then your Solana wallet and smart contract is interacting with each other. The money at no time will come to us. It's between the smart contract. We'll share the details also, so you guys can see there on the network. That's how it'll work. So the start of the journey is from our side, but where the money goes and all is totally between user's wallet and the smart contract. The money doesn't come to our side, just for clarity.
All right. Cool stuff, guys. Exciting. So, all of you guys were asking for staking, and here it is. Finally, the staking is here. I hope that you guys can understand that. One thing is releasing a product fast just to satisfy like community asking when, but then not doing it properly. And another thing is taking a little bit more time, but ensuring that it works well, that it's a good product, that everything is safe, that everything is good to go. And so I think for that purpose, it's the delay is inconvenient for most people. I understand that, but it's also kind of understandable. And sometimes it could even be preferable to delay it a little bit, but then end up with something that's really like proper and done. So for those of you asking, I think Comedian is asking, can I start staking from tomorrow? Yes, sir. Staking starts tomorrow. Right, so let's move on to a different topic for questions. So we were talking about staking, but block rewards is also a little bit tied to staking, right? Because in previous AMAs we mentioned that the block rewards will be made available after staking goes live, right? So one of the most frequently asked questions is, when can we claim block rewards? So is there a specific date? Is there a specific timeline? Is there specific mechanics? If you guys could provide a little bit of insight on this, that would be amazing.
Sure. So today is 14th. You can imagine like 1 week from now, we'll provide the block reward for the month of July. 1 week from now, and then we will provide plus one more week for people. So basically, from today, they'll have 2 more weeks to start staking and finish the staking from today to plus 2 weeks. And if they want, they can use the block rewards, which will be airdropped to them in 1 week. And after the staking period is done, which is plus 2 weeks from now, we will give them the month of August block rewards. And from that time onwards, the eligibility will only be people who have the staked tokens with them. That's how the timeline will work.
Amazing. Yeah, super clear.
July plus 1 week, plus 2 weeks from today for staking, and then the airdrop for the August, and then eligibility of people who have the tokens.
Cool. Thank you so much. So there you go. You guys can expect about 2 weeks of time to be able to stake. You guys can use your block rewards to be able to stake. So, oh, 1 second. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Cool. So there's also people asking about a specific requirement, right? And it has something to do with the comments in the AMA right now, which is there a specific requirement to be able to claim my block reward? For example, does my worker have to be online for me to be able to claim my block reward? Do I have to have any staked IO in order to be able to claim my block reward? So what exactly is the requirement? Are there any requirements before someone can claim their block rewards?
No, we already have all data for you at our side. You don't need to do anything else for the month of July to get the eligibility in that side.
No. Nice. Okay, cool. So then basically just an airdrop, right? They'll just be airdrop their block rewards.
That is correct.
Nice. There we go. So I think that answered some of the questions that are in the chat. Like for example, Kevin, you asked if you need to stake to withdraw the block rewards. There you go. You got your answer. No need to do anything right now. It will be airdropped to you directly. And I think that is it about the questions for block rewards. So we can move to a different topic, which is about the job cancellation. So I think that we were mentioning this in a previous AMA, right? That we had been observing and the community had been alerting the team about the cancellation of the jobs. So people were asking about this again, right? There have been multiple people from the community that have been raising this issue again after we talked about it in the previous AMA, where basically a person gets a job and after a couple of minutes the client cancels it. So this leaves the worker without any payment or rewards. And the question was, how is the team dealing with this? Is there anything going on to kind of prevent this from happening? And are there any measures put in place to stop this from affecting workers?
Fair. So I saw this issue also as a part of a comment in last EMA. I think a couple of people had mentioned it in the chat, so I saw it. The fix for this is already there. Uh, we will make it live with a couple of more like awesome features which we're actually almost there with for payments, and all of this will go either live on Friday or the coming Monday. So by Monday last, should see the fix for this going on live. So we're
All right.
launching a couple of other features for payments. We just plugged it together with those features to make it live. And thanks a lot for raising these issues. Like this AMA is very, very helpful. Some of the people had pasted this concern last week. So the team picked it up and we worked on the fix this week and it's already there. So we don't want to merge staking, which is a big change, along with this payment change like today and tomorrow. So we wanted to keep it separate. So hence we are making live staking first. And once that goes live, we'll make the payment change also live post that.
Cool. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of change in one go is a little bit too hectic. So it makes sense that you kind of want to like separate certain things from each other, right? So thank you for answering that. That was part of the questions that a lot of people had in the form. And I think one final question that we had in the form was about the token, which I thought it was interesting because not a lot of people ask about the tokenomics and things like that. So I thought that that would be interesting. So people were asking about burning mechanisms. So I think right now, I don't think we have any burning mechanisms happening for the token, but could this be a plan in the future to incorporate some kind of burning, for example? If anybody has some insight on this, that would be really good.
Yes, that's in the roadmap. Actually, if you go onto the IOG website, the tokenomics, there's a whole section on this that outlines all the details. But basically, we're going to use a programmatic coin burn system where the revenues generated by the protocol are going to be used to purchase and burn IO. So all those details are on the docs.iog.net.
Nice, very good. Thank you so much, Tori. So, this is something that I thought it was an interesting question because burning mechanisms are always pretty attractive when it comes to reading tokenomics, right? And you think about deflationary tokenomics and things like that, and these things always come up, right? So for those of you that were wondering about the burning, you can definitely stay tuned for the documentation for the IOG. So stay tuned for that, and you will be able to see. So I think we have gone through all of the questions that we had in our form. Now, please don't be discouraged if your question wasn't answered. For example, in this AMA, we have weekly forms that circulate. Usually, they go out on Mondays or on Sundays. So we have these forms where you can put in your questions and we can answer them in the AMAs. So please feel free to do that if your question wasn't answered in today's session. And please also feel free to just, tag us in the Discord or to go to your local channel manager or your local ambassador and tell them, hey, listen, I would love to ask this question, but my English is not so good. So if you could translate it for me for it to be solved in the AMA, that would be really good. So guys, any questions that we haven't addressed until now, please feel free to put them in the weekly forms. Please feel free to tag us. I can see a bunch of people are tagging me about the tokens. I don't have the answer for that right now, but we can definitely get the answer for you guys, either in the chats or in the next AMA. So let's do that with regards to questions. And then finally, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you check your roles, for those of you that have been in the AMA for more than a set amount of time, you have obtained a role. that is the AMA participant role. So as I was mentioning at the beginning of the AMA, we really are trying to encourage our community and reward our community when it comes to participation, right? So check yourselves. Yeah. Check it. A bunch of you guys in the comments are looking at it. So those of you that have been here for a specific amount of time, you have earned your role. So congratulations. This is also part of us kickstarting some new exciting activities and so on. And so I don't yeah, no, you don't have to click on a bot this time to get any roles. It happens automatically. We have learned from our mistakes. um but anyway, we're still kind of testing it out. So if you guys don't see the role or anything like that, don't be discouraged. We're doing some tests on some bots that we can use for activities. So stay tuned. Yeah. Now, I think we're reaching towards the end of the AMA. So in the previous AMA, we had the last portion of the AMA, which was a section in which we gave the opportunity to the community to ask some really good questions to members of the team. And well, in the previous case, it was to Diderik, right? If you guys remember, in House of Chimera. But I think in this case, what we're gonna do is we're going to maybe pick someone random from the AMA that has been talking a lot and participating a lot. And we're gonna give you guys the chance also to ask some interesting questions about IO, about the future, about the team that you would like to know. And then one of you lucky people will be picked, and you will receive a cool reward. So let's go for it, guys. If you have any interesting questions, if you have anything that you would like um, to know about, please put it in the comments, and one of you lucky people will be picked as a winner. So let's go for it. I will give a little bit of time for that. Of course, guys, you're welcome. I'm never lucky, so I'm not even gonna try. Sometimes I feel like that too. Sometimes I feel like I'm not very lucky, but other times I get bouts of luck. So, um, okay, so we have one question about the developer program, if there's gonna be a developer program. Um, Someone wants the Ionet logo on the F1 team. Okay, that would be interesting. Um, Any big customers coming to Ionet network besides Leonardo AI? By the way, team, Tori, Gaurav, Milan, Hans, if you see any questions that catch your eye that you think are compelling and you'd love to answer, please feel free to just interfere. Yes, put them in the chat. Sorry, I don't know if I was clear about it.
I'll take that one.
Go for it, Tori.
I can't give specifics until some of these deals are finalized. But our pipeline is very healthy right now. We are talking to a lot of really exciting people. Um, just watch. Like we just released Leonardo. We have more press releases coming about some of the deals we've signed. There are a ton more deals in the pipeline, and more importantly, really watch that GMV number. I mean, if you look at it now, I think I checked it yesterday. We're up to 3,000 a day. It was up from 1,000. Watch what happens over the next week, the next month. I have a sense that number is going to start to go up a lot because we do have a lot of deals, and like we're before the TGE, obviously we had a lot of stuff that we were focusing on, but now the team is just really, really, really focused on driving revenue and GMV. So just sort of pay attention, and I think that every week you will come here and you will see like, wow, that number just keeps on going up.
Sounds good. So I'm just trying to locate the winner right now, which I think is this. So I would say congratulations. Congratulations. And thank you, Tori, for answering that question. Congratulations. There we go. So guys, I don't want to extend the AMA too much because I don't want you guys to be bored. But as per usual, thank you everybody for being here. We always appreciate your support. We do realize that sometimes there are things that are unclear. Please don't be afraid to ask. We have the weekly forms for a reason. They're completely anonymous, so don't feel any kind of pressure to answer them. If you have any other questions that haven't been answered, please make sure to fill it in for the next AMA and we will address it for sure. And also, one tiny little thing before we end the AMA is that we're working actually on a channel that we're gonna make live on the Discord, in which you guys will be able to submit kind of feedback and suggestions, and then you will be able to see whether they are incorporated or not. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of cool things coming. And once again, we really truly appreciate you coming here and spending some time with us and listening to us, and appreciate all of the feedback and suggestions that you guys put in the weekly forums. They are really, really valuable. And sometimes you guys come up with some crazy smart things. We have some smart people over here in the community, so make yourself seen more time. So I think this brings us to the end of the AMA. Team, if anybody else wants to say a concluding remark or something like that, now's your time. And otherwise, I think we can end the AMA here. All right, guys. All right. I see some questions going on, so please make sure to put them in the weekly feedback and question forms. And bye-bye, and thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of you, and see you in the next AMA. Take care, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Guys, bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.